Talentless presents The Melee. Well, hello everybody. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Gentleomen, and I'm here today to talk about a topic that is very close to my chest. When it comes to skins, Valorant is a game full of choices. Maybe too many of them, one might say. As of the time, there are alone 43 different melee weapon skins to choose from. And there are some lookers among them, but that kind of beauty comes at a price. In Valorant, melee skins can cost you up to $50. You can get 100 packets of ramen for that kind of money. That's 3 months of good eating right here. That's why it's totally understandable to pass on the opportunity if one of those shiny temptations finds their way into your shop. But there's no reason to be saddened, dear friend. Remember, you already got a piece of art in your pocket. I'm of course talking about a skin that everybody owns, but nobody seems to think about. The unsung hero of knife skins, if you will. The melee. The question now is, should you choose the melee as a fighting knife? Is it actually useful for that purpose? Or do you have to spend a fortune to get something worth cutting with into your hands? So, follow me on my journey and let us take a closer look at the melee in Valorant. Let us talk specs first. The melee is a knife of unspecified size that I would eyeball to be around 15 centimeters or roughly 6 inches in blade length. It is made from one solid chunk of mystery metal. There aren't any markings on it, I've checked, so I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out to be made from something like 420 or 440A, but those are just assumptions on my side. It surely is a stainless steel with a protective, tactical black powder coating on it that is already showing some wear and tear in places. The blade, whatever it's made from, got a rough clip point shape which is rather common in pocket as well as in tactical knives. Even Crocodile Dundee carried one of those bad boys.
That's a knife.
This shape of blade is well suited for cutting and piercing through stuff, and it's also known as a Bowie blade. The melee is finished with a flat grind, ensuring sharpness as well as the ability to be sharpened rather easily, thanks to a well-sized sharpening choil right here. The shells forming the grip are made from a black material that's most likely to be plastic or G10. The large finger grooves on the handle ensure that the melee rests safe in your hand, even in the clutchest of situations.
Nice save!
Defenders
Let's go.
win.
There's also a textured place for your thumb to sit. That's neat. Not as neat is the back of the blade with its big serrated saw-like notches, which serve no actual purpose. If you want to saw through wood, you would need a blade with teeth more like these. But to be fair, there ain't much job for a saw on Valorant's battlegrounds, so I'm willing to overlook that. Also, it makes the melee just a pinch more badass. Speaking of badass, it seems like we already got the toned down version of the melee right now. See what that thing looked like in the early stages of the game. Finishing off our piece is a stretched out lanyard hole. Lanyards are usually little dangly bits of cord, which are attached to a knife to lend the user a bit more to grip on, or just to personalize the piece. This sadly isn't utilized in the game, and while there are gun buddies, knife buddies don't seem to be in sight. Missed opportunity. Another miss is the placement of the lanyard hole. Since it's going against the shape of the handle, it is rather unergonomic and might pierce your flesh when holding the knife. If you slow the animation down, you can actually see the lanyard hole clipping through the agent's hands here. What did the maker think while designing it that way? Speaking of maker, let us dive into the melee's background. Every standard weapon in Valorant has a maker. For the firearms there are 4 different ones, but we only know 2 of them by name as of now. The names were revealed through player cards in the earlier battle passes, and the missing names will surely be unearthed in the future. Luckily, we already know the name of the 5th weapon maker in Valorant that gave us the melee knife, and they go by the name of Codex Steel. Viewers with a keen eye may already notice the little bear claw right here. It is the maker's mark and might refer to the Kodiak bear. The Kodiak bear is found in Alaska and is one of the largest bears alive today, only rivaled by the polar bear. An animal like that surely is intimidating, and that might also be the reason why Codex Steel chose it as part of their name. There's also a real company by the name of Codex Steel, though they specify more on steel landscape edging than knife making. It seems though they had the same train of thought as their Valorant counterpart, also using a bear reference in their logo. Look at it. Compared to that, our Valorant one kinda falls short. But does the melee itself fall short when put in the hands of our agents? When it comes to handling the melee, there are 4 moves at your disposal. The poke, swift and sharp. The sting, precise and quick. The swoosh, cutting and tearing. And the big poke, powerful and death-bringing. Put in numbers, the left click does 50 damage and the right click does 75. When attacking from behind, the left click serves 100 and the right click 150 damage, bringing even an enemy with a full shield down. Let's summarize. The melee by Codex Steel is a simple knife. No flashing colors, no edgy smoke clouds. It's grippy, it's pointy, it's got an edge that shouldn't be too hard to touch up, and it is finished in a matte tactical black that fits everyone. After all guns fail, the melee will still stay by your side. It isn't fancy, it isn't flashy, but it's all the knife it needs to be, especially because it's free. And that's why you shouldn't be ashamed to use it. Thank you for listening.